So I'm gonna bleep this part of what I'm about to say, but this is from our mom.
Oh.
So maybe I won't bleep it. This is from our mother. She goes, "Hey there, love the podcast. Keep it up. Questions. What is your determining factor to claim that you bombed, and how do you turn it around?" What is your determining factor to claim that you bombed, and how do you turn it around?
Well, it starts with the deafening silence.
Yeah.
It starts with 3 jokes in and crickets.
One joke in.
Also, losing your composure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It starts with the flop sweat where you're like, oh Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Determining factor. Yeah, it's the silence. It's the. I bombed last week right before my show. I went up and I tried like a riff off of something someone else said, and it bombed, and then that set the tone for the whole show.
Yeah.
So the whole show, so all my jokes, it almost didn't matter what my jokes were or how I did them. I fucked up the first impression, so that was a big determining factor. How do you turn it around? I've never turned around a bomb.
I don't know if I have either. Have you? Have you ever turned a bomb around?
I mean, I was talking about that one black show that I was doing, and
Oh yeah.
just be racist is my advice.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can do it if you just like. Sometimes they're just not like vibing with the material. Like the audience has kind of like come to expect like interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So like talking to the audience or just like commenting on what's going on can help it.
I've not maybe not turned around a bomb, but I've changed my fucking circumstances by mid-set knowing I'm bombing, and then I just drop my material. I'm like, I'm not gonna do any of this. I'm gonna try like something new.
Yeah.
I've done this before. I've just like dropped my shit and told like a story, and while telling that, it kind of people start to laugh because I'm telling it for the first time, and that gives me a little excitement. I'm like, oh, this is new. I'm not just reading from a script. So I've done that maybe once.
I've never been able to turn around a bomb.
Yeah.
Ever, and I think that's just like a time in the slot kind of thing. Like eventually, I hope, right? I'll be right. I hope I'll be able to do that eventually. But it's just like, dude, every time I'm up there, I'm just like, just bombing, dude.
Yeah.
It just never works, man.
I can't remember who it was. I was listening to a podcast recently, and like, I think it was Ari Shafir, but he was saying like, the experience you have in comedy, like getting good at comedy, isn't getting funnier. It's learning how to adapt to different situations.
Yeah.
And like I think that's true. Like when you look at people who are like really have it nailed down, it's not so much that their joke, right? Like it does improve, but that's not the biggest thing. Is that they know how to adapt.
Yeah. They learn how to they learn how to start bombing and then turn it around.
Yeah.
It can also just help to do like different types of material.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I will come in too hard, and then I got to do like more sympathetic stuff, which ironically is the suicide stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's his sympathetic stuff. That's his light shit.
I'm just like, look, I don't like me either.
What are some tips on how to read the room?
Well,
Racial profiling.
I was about to say, I was like, make sure everyone's the same race you are.
It really is just police demographics.
Yeah, quick, dude. No, it really is that. That's what's so funny. It really is. It kind of is that.
Look,
and reading how what other comedians' jokes, like what their jokes, like what do well and what bomb.
Dude, a big thing that maybe people talk about. I don't know. I've never heard anybody talk about it. Is like going on first versus going on towards the end. Because like, especially if it's like a super diverse room, or on the other end if it's like a very homogenous room. The person that goes on first, second, third, you can kind of get a gauge of it. And if you're in that kind of lineup, it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. But if you're going on last on one of those shows, you kind of have a little bit of something to go off of. You're like, all right, yeah. Like this has worked. This has gone on. And another thing is, dude, one thing I love, I don't know what it's called. I haven't like figured out like a name for it, but it's like when like the first comic goes on. Or even more so, it's like the second comic goes on and like riffs off something that like is either weird in the room or the first comic said, and it becomes like a through line. The whole set. So then you have like 10 other comics all riffing on the same through line, and then it goes to that last guy, and he like just nails. He just nails that sentiment.
Yeah.
I love that.
So much to work
That's
with.
what makes a good open mic is if there's like something that everyone in the room is kind of laughing at.
Yeah.
That's like not usually happening.
Something happens.
And
Like,
it takes you out of the monotony.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
this one show that we both did at the Hollywood Comedy, and there was a cricket in the crowd, like a legit. cricket
there was a real loose cricket like in the
crowd.
building,
and I was the first dude to bring it up. Like there was a few comics that went on, no one talked about it, and everyone heard the cricket, literally being a cricket, and I went up and it started going, and I was like, "Is that a cricket?" Like seriously, I've only done one joke, and like I riffed on like the cricket, and then the rest of the set, every comedian was like, the cricket's going again.
The last 8 comics all touched on that. And there's no better feeling than that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, if I can go up last in a lineup and just like comment on other people's sets, that's so much fun.
It's really nice. She says, "Love you tons."
XOXO. Well, thank you so much.
She means you too. She loves you too, bro.
Yeah.